We're in Braves country.
Good morning. Welcome to Braves Country. We are going to be doing a limited edition today because, well, the Braves are off. So we have nothing to go over this morning as far as what their plans are for today. But we will recap the weekend for those of y'all that might have missed some of the action. Man, we needed this. Friday night, the Atlanta Braves got out in a hurry, scoring 5 in the first 2 innings off of Acuña's grand slam in the bottom of the second. The Braves go on to win 20-1. 8 of those runs came in the bottom of the 8th when the Pittsburgh Pirates had a non-pitcher in, is the best way I can put that, right? It was they didn't want to tear up their bullpen, so they went to Defoe, who is a bit of a utility player for the Pittsburgh Pirates. So he came in and gave up 8 earned runs. The Braves went bonkers. They tied the National League record for grand slams in a month at 6. That is also the record for the Atlanta Braves organization. So they have a few days to where they could break that. That's such a difficult record to break because all the circumstances have to be right. Not only do you have to get the right guy up at the plate, but the bases have to be loaded. So it would be great to see if they do break that record, but you can't bank on something that is so obscure like that. Getting a grand slam is about like hitting for the cycle, is the fact that it's not really up to you. You got to get other guys on base. So we move on from that. But the Braves scored 20 runs. It was a nice feel after losing that first game of the series. I said back on Thursday morning they needed to win 3 of 4. Well, that's what they did. They won 3 of 4. I know I was a little down on them Friday because they'd lost the first one. You're like, good Lord, we're going to split the series or something with the Pirates when we're at home and we need these wins. So they get the win on Friday, 20-1. Saturday, they win again 6-1. Incredible effort by Bryce Wilson, 6 2/3, 4 strikeouts, 1 earned run. Exactly what you're looking for out of Wilson up against the Pirates, as he pitched an incredible game. By the way, I don't want to go over the fact that, or miss the fact that Friday night's 20-1 victory, Ian Anderson was once again phenomenal. 6 strikeouts, no earned runs, and no walks, which is big. He did give up 6 hits, but he didn't give any free passes, which I will always take in a situation where, look, guys are going to get base hits, but if you can control the free passes, you can usually control the scoreboard. So Sunday, 7-1 once again. So 33-3 over the weekend is what the Atlanta Braves pulled off. And it was a great weekend. Ronald Acuña Jr. is leading the major leagues in home runs. That's big. Austin Riley has been scorching hot. He hit 2 home runs yesterday, and Austin Riley is just, he is our focus for today. Austin Riley is flat out playing. I would argue that he is the Braves MVP outside of Acuña. And I know that's a mouthful because you've got Freddie Freeman and whatnot, but what Riley has done and been consistent over the last 3 to 4 weeks has just been unreal. Right now, he's hitting 320 with 9 home runs and 21 RBI. Austin Riley, in my opinion, should be the cleanup hitter for this team at this point. I get it. They're scoring. You may not want to mess with it, whatever. But Austin Riley should be the cleanup hitter. And I still am not a big fan of Freddie Freeman being the number 2 hitter. I get it that you get to Freddie Freeman a little earlier, but Freddie Freeman is a born 3-hole hitter. Usually your best player is in the 3-hole. And him being at the number 2 slot is just, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel, you shorten your lineup so much when you do that. I would tend to say that if you obviously have to leave Acuna at the top of the order because he's just a special talent, and I don't want him thinking, if that makes sense, because I don't want Acuna going up to the plate as a 2-hole, 3-hole, whatever, trying to play situational baseball. I want him going up there and just let his talent be. Because if he can get on base, then he causes havoc on the base pass. If not, he might club one out of the building. But he kind of gets it going. I would like to see Freddie at the 3, Riley at the 4, and Ozuna, who has been hitting better of late, even though not all of them are falling. He's hitting the ball on the screws, and I think the ball's going to start dropping for Ozuna, so I'm not worried about him long term. But I would like to see him be the 5-hole hitter, and the number 2 hitter. That's really up for debate. You could go a number of different ways. I actually like Heredia there because he does all the little things, which is what you want a number 2 hitter to do. You want him to move the first guy over. If Acuna gets on because of a walk, Heredia is the type that knows how to move him over to second. If he gets on a double, he'll get him to third. If Acuna does get out or he hits a home run, he goes up there with the bases empty, Heredia is a professional hitter, and he will work his way on. You put Freddie at the 3, and then Riley. If Riley doesn't deserve to be the 4-hole hitter, who the hell does? Because if you put Ozuna there at 5, and then at that point, it would really come down to me. It would be if it's a right-handed or left-handed pitcher, excuse me. If it's a left-handed pitcher, Ozzie Albies is a special kind of hitter. You've got to put him behind Ozuna. But if it's a right-handed hitter, Ozzie flails at the ball, and you got to drop him down in the order. And I would probably go with either right now. Swanson is starting to hit the ball a lot better, so I would probably lean towards Swanson, but I wouldn't be opposed to maybe Contreras when he starts, put him there. Ozzie is a drastically different hitter, whether he's on the left side or the right side. And I don't care if he gets into one every once in a while from the left side. He just typically does not. He's typically flailing at the ball from the left side. And that's where we are with that. So we won't beat that dead horse. Tuesday and Wednesday, the Red Sox. The game is in Boston. Atlanta is going to send Charlie Morton and Drew Smyly to the mound. Boston, it looks like they're going to go with Richards and Pivetta. We'll get into those matchups when they get here. What I'm also looking at, too, is that the weekend, so we play Tuesday, Wednesday, we're off Thursday, and then it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday in New York. And by the way, it looks like, unless something changes drastically, Jacob deGrom is going to pitch Tuesday against Colorado, which would line him up to pitch Sunday against the Braves. I believe that game is the Sunday night game of the week. So with that being said, if I'm Atlanta, I think I skip a couple of folks in the rotation this week. And I would tend to think Atlanta, because it's the Mets, they're going to go with the excuse me, that stupid phone's going off. Give me 1 second. Well, that about ruined it. But anyways, that was pretty much an alarm to remind me that it's the end of the show. I do apologize for that. Had to squeeze this in. But anyways, real quick, what I'm thinking is going to happen is you got Morton and Smyly going Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I would think it would be Anderson on Friday against the Mets, Fried on Saturday against the Mets, and then go ahead and go back to Morton on Sunday. That's what I would look at. And so with all that being said, we'll have a lot to get into tomorrow. and we will omit the stupid phone noise. I did not realize it was on. I do apologize for that. And look, what do we take away from this weekend? Bryce Wilson pitched great. The offense looks great. Riley's raking. But the one thing that you got to take with a grain of salt is it was against the Pittsburgh Pirates and it was at home. You're supposed to win 3 of 4 at home. You really would have liked to have won 4 of 4, but you'll take 3 of 4 as the Mets have stumbled a little bit. They went into Miami. They struggled. And the Braves are now 1.5 games out of first place. The Mets are in action today against Colorado. They've got a 4-game series. The Braves only play 2 of the next 4 days. So what that means is that it's not really up to the Braves to make up ground today, but you're pulling for the Rockies tonight. They do have Austin Gomber going for Colorado, and he is a pretty darn good pitcher. He was a part of the deal that sent Nolan Arenado to the Cardinals. So if you're looking for something to watch tonight, Austin Gomber versus the Cardinals. All right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here as before another stupid alarm goes off. And we will see you tomorrow on Braves Country. And tomorrow it begins in the Boston Red Sox. Take out the Bean Eaters. We'll be back tomorrow.
You're in Braves country.